back, bitches.
We back.
It's the Unsolicited Culture Podcast. We're back with episode 2. Yeah, getting right into it, man. Getting right into it. Shout out to Corner 103.
Corner 103.
Corner 103 Winery, man. Like, the friends over there and, you know, what we have coming, you know, for you guys and what we're drinking on tonight. This is going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
We really appreciate everything that, the conversations that we had and what's going to, come in the future. So Thank you again, Corner 103.
Stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in and stay tuned because we're definitely going to be doing some giveaways. We're giving some things away. Shout out to all of the family and all of the friends who've already, shown their support and following. We definitely appreciate you. I see you. I love that. Keep that energy coming. All right. Right now, we're going to get into my favorite part of the show, the poet. Can you please do that for me?
Yes, it's that time. It's that time.
Not the first time.
Not
that
at
we
all.
pouring up tonight. So we wanted to get this show kicked off with an interesting topic, maybe a controversial topic, and that is dating while unemployed, right? So regardless to who it is you're dating, are you okay with that person being in a, damn, you poured that whole thing, god damn, man. Are you okay with this person being in a transitional phase or a transitional period in their life where they're not working, you know what I'm saying? They're not sitting on the couch letting time passing them by. They're not bummy. They're out here actively seeking employment, but at the moment they're in the dry spell. Are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Whether you're male or female, are you okay with that person not being able to, bring what you bring to the table financially?
You know what this reminds me of? Insecure. What was the girl's name? Tasha? Is that her name? The girl that worked at the bank that took Lawrence?
Mm-hmm.
Her name was Tasha, right?
I don't remember.
Tasha and Issa. Who you gonna be? You gonna be Tasha or Issa in this situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, Lawrence was trying to do his thing. He was trying to figure it out. But are you gonna be Issa or are you gonna be Tasha?
Damn, I like that.
I think it's Tasha. Please, I wish we had somebody to check this. Maybe we need to get that.
So, all right. So I know personally, I know a couple of females out there who would be like, nah, he ain't got no job. I ain't even looking his way.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like someone can be, down for a spell, for a season, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden things just start to take off for them.
I mean, maybe they just, for the females, right, the way I'm looking at it is, hey, I mean, there might be an opportunity where you just miss the opportunity of, maybe the man of your dreams. You never know.
Right.
Right? So there's things like that, the way I look at it, but, I can understand as well the other side, like, you want somebody that's at least kind of doing for themselves, too.
Yeah.
So
okay, you should have standards, right? I'm not saying being on some bummy shit. I'm not saying that at all. But are you going to miss the opportunity or miss out on love because boy ain't got a job right now?
Yeah.
You're going to completely X him out because, he's unemployed, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you should have standards, but at the same time, be open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be open. I feel like nowadays, women put a lot of pressure on themselves, honestly, to have a dude that has this, and this whole checklist. You looking for all of these things, and that guy might not even be the guy for you.
Shoot, that guy might not even exist.
He might not even exist.
When you just searching for something and searching for something and searching for something.
And in the meantime, you're eliminating, you blocking out your blessings. That's what they say back home. You blocking out all of your blessings. These certain people may have been placed into your life for a reason. As a test, you know what I'm saying? Testing your character, your personality, and you completely just blocking them away because they don't fit they don't fit society standards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think for me, and the thing with me, I've never been in a position where I haven't really had a job, right?
Okay.
I think the longest I've ever been without a job would have been like college. you know, obviously ever since I've been able to have a job, like I was 15 years old working,
Yeah.
right? Then I went to college, and that was what, a year and a half, maybe, right? And for that, I didn't work, right? That was the only time. But it was just like, how can you? Like, I was trying to get jobs, I just couldn't. But I didn't have any issues dating in college because nobody else was working either. So
I think what I really want to know is it a realistic expectation to be like, oh, because you're not working right now,
mm-hmm.
you can't like anybody or love anybody or court anybody or date anybody.
Yeah. I mean, from my perspective, like, I don't think I would have an issue, like, dating somebody, right, that didn't have a job, like, or is in the process of maybe switching careers or something like that for, you know, a valid reason. You know, I think it all depends on the reasoning and things like that behind it all. Like you said, you can't be bummy if I come in and we meet and like, oh, okay, like, you know, what do you do? Right? And they're just like, oh, well, you know, right now I'm in between jobs or whatever. Maybe I'm like, oh, how long you been looking? You know what I mean?
Right.
If that ever comes up, right, that wouldn't be my next question.
Right.
But, you know, it'd be just like, all right, if it comes up, like, how long you been doing it? So, you know, it's been a couple years.
So it's interesting that you say that, because what you're kind of confirming for me is that it works both ways, right? It's not just male courting a female, male's
mm-hmm.
unemployed, he can't court her because he's unemployed. It's also, you know, what a woman has to bring to the table.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, in today's day and time, you know what I mean, like, we don't really have those single earner, you know, households.
True.
Like, those aren't really, like, you know, possible nowadays.
It's not one of those things that outweigh, you know, what everybody else is doing. I think back in the day, it was very much like that. You know, the
mm-hmm.
male head of household,
yeah.
primary income earner or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think today, in these times, yeah, it's very versatile, right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. It's like, even if it wasn't, right, like, typically most men, I mean, maybe if we had to, maybe it wouldn't, you know, be any different.
Right.
But right now, nowadays, things are just too expensive, man. I live in LA. I don't know where anybody else lives, so I mean, I'm not speaking for you guys if you can, but shit, rent out here ain't no joke. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to live a good life out here, but rent ain't cheap.
It's not. So,
you know, so
I need you to be working towards something.
I hope that you bring something to the table.
Have some type of ambitions or goals.
Yeah, but if I can handle it, I'll handle it. You know what I mean? That's what
fair.
I would want to do.
That's
just
fair.
me as a man, not to say that's something that all men have to do or anything like that, or all women have to accept. I'm not saying, you know, just you don't have to work or anything like that if you don't want to, or I'm taking that ability away. But if I can, you know, do it, I'll do it.
Right.
Right, but that's just me.
That's fair.
So
you're not eliminating the possibility of meeting your queen because she in the funk right now.
Nah. I'm not completely down and out about it, but shit, man. October coming, I'll be 30 in October. It might be a little different in October. It might be different.
You might add another layer there.
Yeah, we in July. Like, we got a couple months. Like,
in October, you must be employed.
Yeah, you must be.
You gotta have a career.
All right, you gotta figure this out.
If you can't, then we can't be together.
Is it an age thing? Do you think?
You know what? Damn. I think so. I think it may be. I think we see, you know, creeping up in age as like, oh, I have to have this done. That kind of kills a lot of things for me, because who are you trying to live up to, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what standards are you trying to live up to? Fuck that shit. I'm doing me.
Yeah.
I can only live my life. I can only, you know, tell my story. Yeah. I don't want to be constantly comparing myself to anybody. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? This is my journey.
Yeah.
So I feel like at times, age may have something to do with it. I see myself getting older, so now at this point in my life, at this age, I can't, you know, ladies out there, at this point in my life, at this age, I can't have nobody that don't have this, and this. And again, I'm going to reiterate, I'm not saying be bummy. I'm not saying don't have standards, but don't block everything out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That dude that might be unemployed today might be owning the next Fortune 500 company.
Yeah. I think it's a saying like, like I was listening to it today, like Big Crit was saying something. I know it's not his quote or anything, but basically he was saying, he was like, no, it wasn't Big Crit, it was Freddie Gibbs doing an interview, and he was like, I treat everybody in the office the same way because the janitor could be the owner of the building, next year or something like that. Like, I know it's not his saying, but that's how it is. Like, you never know what that person is capable of, or
real.
what his journey is going to be, right? Or hers going to be. So yeah, you can't really judge people on those types of things. So
yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. I think for me, more so with it, it's just like, one, like you said, not being bummy, and as long as you have a plan, I think that's the biggest thing, is having a plan.
True.
Like if you have like aspiration and goals, which I do all the time, like I'm a very aspirational person. Like,
yeah.
I always want to achieve something or find something, like what's next.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing for me. So, if I can see that in a person and understand that in a person and actually believe that, then, like that's going to be more so for me what I'm actually interested in.
Okay.
So.
All right. So keep those options open, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be no closed-minded asshole. I hate that shit. Come on, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I went live for the first time today.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got to see this leather sun-kissed skin up close. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you if you hating. Fuck you hating, mama. You know what I'm saying? I went live for the first time today, and can everybody see when you go live, even if you're private? Is your page private?
My page isn't private.
Okay. All right. So.
Is yours?
Well, interesting topic.
Mm-hmm.
Up until a day ago, I decided to make my page public.
Okay.
And
coming over to the real side.
I'm coming over to the real side.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with it. I like that.
And
you're trying to get that verified check, right? You feel me?
I better get that verified
Instagram,
check.
What's up?
Instagram, we mobbing until we get this verified
What's up,
check.
Instagram?
You know what I'm saying? You don't know me now, but shit.
We gonna be on the internets.
I'm mobbing till then. And I think like you asked me a couple of days ago, like why my page was private. And I don't know. I think it's a reflection of my personality, who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am an introverted extrovert, and I know like when I've heard that before, I was like, oh, that's some bullshit right there. You know what I'm saying?
Extrovert.
Right, like that's some bullshit. What's she talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like I am that way. Like I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 100% sensitive about my shit, about everything. And it's like, if I don't know you, if I don't have a personal connection to you, I don't feel obligated to explain, show, or display anything to you unless I choose to share that shit with you. And that's how it carries out in everything in my life. So, yeah, I kind of go back and forth between, okay, yeah, if I post something, I want everybody to be able to see this.
Mm-hmm.
Or, right now I'm not feeling the shit, so I don't want nobody to be able to come on my page. I'm very bipolar in
so
that
are you
way.
going to be one of those people that like go in and out of like private and not private, like that type of thing?
I may definitely be. And I feel like that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, if I know you and I fuck with you 9 times out of 10, I'm following you back.
Yeah.
There's no reason that I'm not following back. Don't quote me on this because I may not be following back somebody that
everybody follow.
Wait.
Everybody follow Infy.
Just about
Infy X Rebel. Everybody follow Infy X Rebel on Instagram.
And if I know you, I will follow you back. And you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the only people that I feel obligated to. Anybody else, you don't know me. You just, following for whatever reason. Okay.
They want to show love. Like, that's the way I look at it. I'm not saying some people, get on there with the bullshit, but I think people are here to show love. Like, I don't, but that's also positive intent, the way I look at things. Maybe I'm too nice. Like, I don't have my page as, just an open, platform or anything like that just so people can show love. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just there. Like me, I'm just a carefree type of person. So like you can come at me with some bullshit, you can come at me with some positive shit, negative shit, whatever it may be, and I just don't give a fuck. Like, because at the end of the day, like it just can't affect me, because at the end of the day, you're not living my life, you're not doing what I'm doing. So I just don't allow those things to affect me, and that's why my page is just open for the public.
I understand you saying you don't allow that shit to affect you, but I'm weird. Like, I don't want your energy on my fucking page, bro.
Oh, so you the energy type.
100%.
So I thought the energy was like a personal thing. Now, I didn't even know like energy could just translate through the phone.
100%.
Damn.
What if I don't want your energy on my page? You know what I'm saying? Like right now, my shit's public. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the Unsolicited Culture podcast. I want to make sure that everyone knows who we are. I want to make sure that everyone is aware of this podcast and the show in our page. So yeah, everything's public right now. But I'm not up for the bullshit. Yeah. I might go into a private stage again, because I just don't want everyone's energy there. Everyone's energy is not, positive energy.
Bring all the bullshit to me. Bring the positive, bring the negative, bring all the bullshit to me. I don't give a fuck.
Bring that shit as well.
I got time. I'm ready to have conversation with everybody about everything.
Yeah, we could have a respectable conversation.
That's I ain't one thing I'll be respectable.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
I'll call you a punk, bitch. Everything in these goddamn comments. Don't play me.
Listen, y'all can do that with Reese. I'm not doing it with you. We can have
Reese_AD. RESE_AD.
We can have
come at me with the bullshit.
A logical, respectable conversation. But anything beyond that, I don't have it for you, bro.
I'm for all the smoke.
Alright, see? You know what I'm saying? Alright then.
But I'm a nice guy.
I support it.
I'm a nice guy.
I support it.
If you know me, I'm a nice guy, but I'm for all the smoke as well. Like, we can get there if we have to get there.
Who is that? Oh, that black.
Yeah.
That's something different right there,
yeah.
bro.
I don't really care, man. I don't understand caring about any of the bullshit. Like,
okay.
Like, it doesn't, like, I'm going to live my life tomorrow. Okay. Not even tomorrow. Like, you come at my page with some bullshit, I am literally going to live my life in the next 3 minutes after I'm done reading it, or however long it takes me to read it.
Okay.
I am good. Like, I completely forgot about it immediately. Like, it means nothing. It literally means nothing. As negative as it is, it means nothing.
He's that nonchalant with his shit.
I think y'all can even tell by the way I just sit here. I'm so nonchalant. Like, that's just like, I'm a low energy type of person.
Listen.
You know?
I ain't with your shit. I think it's because I'm low key, like, kind of afraid of losing control on the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't
know your limits.
I don't want it to get to that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not with the fuck shit. So tomorrow my shit might be private. I don't know.
See me, I just and you know I can get there. Like, you see me in situations where I'll bark, right? I'll bark, and that's basically it, right?
Yeah.
And I can if I need to, but I'm not a huge fan of it, right? I've stayed away from it for years, and I've been able to control those types of things, and whatever it may be. But it's kind of funny to me, like, that all that stuff, and I plan on using a lot of that hate to kind of tell me where I'm at in my life.
Okay.
People don't just get hate for no reason.
You're right. You're right about that.
Like, people don't get hate for no reason.
Right.
And also, I think if you verify on Instagram, I don't think you can be private unless I'm tripping. I don't think you can be verified in private.
Well, it don't mean that much to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
it don't mean that much to me. I think for me, my sanity being intact means a hell of a lot more than, a verified check or just getting at you in any response. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that big of a deal. So, more to the story is, catch me on the good day. You know what I'm saying? Catch me on the up and up, and, when the shit public, if you don't want to follow me at that time, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? My shit might be private.
Moral of my story is catch me outside.
How about that? So yeah, that shit might be private. I go in and out of phases.
Yeah. Yo, real quick, have you ever looked at your screen time on your phone, like for Instagram, not to see how much like it, I don't like the other day. I don't know why I was just like looking at it or whatever it may be, and I saw like my average time, and I was just like, damn, is this a lot or is this
so where
little?
You at?
I was like,
are you comfortable with saying that?
I don't know because I just was injured, right?
Here's why I asked that, because we were talking about this, at work one day. It came up.
Oh, y'all was talking about it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
We figured out, like, okay, you can see your activity or how many hours you are on Instagram or whatever. So went around and compared in a room, like, where you are. And some people were kind of, ashamed about saying how long they were on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm definitely around an hour 45, hour 54, I think, a day.
So I'm high.
Where you at?
I was at like.
What's your number?
I was at 258, but let me say.
Whoa.
Let me.
What? You said what now?
What?
You said what?
258. Okay, almost basically 3 hours. I was injured though. Like I was laid up in the bed. Like I messed my knee up playing basketball, thinking I was young still. I said, "Oh damn, I can't do this no more." But I was in bed, like literally just shacked up, and I looked at my time and I was like, "Damn, this is 2:58." I was like, "I don't know if this is good or bad." 'Cause I'm just talking to myself at this time. I was literally in the house, right? So I'm just like, "Damn, is this good or bad?" Like this seems not bad. It's 24 hours in a day. I'm only on here 3 hours of it. Now I'm thinking about it, that's crazy.
Now you had a chance to say that out loud.
Just say it out loud in front of people, right?
I'm saying
but, so I was looking at it, I'm like, damn, that's, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that's a lot of time. But the thing is, it didn't feel like it either. Like, the reason I'm saying is because during that time, I've been reading a book as well. It's called Blood of My Eyes by George Jackson. I was reading a book. I still did that. I literally had to just kind of keep my leg rested, so I had that like raised and elevated. So I had to change the ice and do those types of things. Obviously, everyday regular stuff like getting in the shower, brushing teeth, all that stuff. I was doing all of this still at the same time, and I still was like watching TV and watching movies, but I still was getting this in the same amount of time. So I was and also in that time I was trying to teach myself a little bit of like DJ and stuff. So I got to turn, a controller or whatever it may be. So it's not like I wasn't being productive at the same time. It's just that I realized as well how many hours we really have in a day.
Right. And how many of those hours we, commit to social media apps and, just being online in general. And here's my thing. Not to knock it at all, because a lot of people monetize that time.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to you if you figured out a way to monetize your time on social media. I think that's brilliant as fuck. Yeah. But and on another hand or another note, there's a lot of people who are just
frolicking.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, just frolicking, just a bunch of senseless, pointless activity, and not to talk like I'm above any of it, because I'm not, because I'm there too. My hour 45 on there every day. Shit. Shade room. What's up?
So I don't even look at the thing
What's
is,
up?
The thing is, I don't even look at that type of stuff though.
Okay.
You feel me? Like I don't look at like Shade Room and not saying Shade Room specifically as if it's one of the only sites, but I don't look at gossip.
Okay.
Basically the way what I mean, like.
But whatever you're spending that time on, is it productive? Does it move you forward? And I think that's my mentality, behind it. Yeah, we spend a lot of time on here. Is it productive? Is it something that's going to benefit me in the long run, or am I just looking at senseless, pointless shit? You know what I'm saying? What else could I be contributing that time towards? A lot of people, it's a lot of people out here with a lot of ambitions, a lot of, hopes and wishes to do a lot of things. And that's one of the things that you can look back and consider. You know what I'm saying? How much time I'm spending on bullshit as opposed to putting it towards something productive.
Yeah, I know for me, I get a lot of inspiration from Instagram, like on topics or, whatever's going on. And I've realized, though, that my Instagram is super dark. Not dark in the sense of like some, goofy stuff going on, but just the world. Like, I follow a lot of worldly type, not worldly, but U.S. based accounts, right? Okay. And then they're black accounts. So a lot of the stuff is, about like the, police shootings and stuff like that. Right. So a lot of that negative stuff definitely does flow into my timeline, and I'm trying to figure out a way to kind of get away from it. But I like following black people. Okay. Right? I like supporting black business and things like that, but it's the same stuff. We all repost the same things. Right. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, that's where I think the biggest thing for me is just kind of staying off of it. And I got away from liking a lot of things, right? I don't like those types of things. I'm like, why are we liking somebody getting shot? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't, bro.
That doesn't even make sense to me. Like, how does these situations get liked?
Don't get me wrong, it comes up on my timeline. It's like some of these things are matters that you just cannot escape. But
yeah, for sure.
I'm not liking it. I'm not reposting, I'm not sharing it. For me, like, that's a whole different topic. But for me, like, I want to be a part of a real change and not just some social media bullshit. Yeah. So I'm not gonna put no energy towards that. Liking it, reposting it, or nothing. If I'm doing it, I don't have to tell you about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I did it.
Yeah, like I saw a post the other day where this like guy was like, not guy, but basically they were trying to like stop this. Like, this is the first time I've retweeted something like this and or not retweeted, reposted something like this in a long time. I've seen this. There was like a submarine or something that was carrying like drugs, and basically I saw like one of the, I don't know if you want to call him a Navy SEAL or something like that, but basically, or Coast Guard, whatever it may be. He basically just jumped off of like the Coast Guard boat onto the top of this goddamn like submarine to like, he jumped on it like, and I was like, God damn, this is Aquaman. But you know what I mean? I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And then I'm just like, damn. And I thought in my head, I was like, but we're the drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, first off, black people don't own no submarines, bro. We don't own a submarine. So for some reason, I thought of it and I had to post it some reason.
We want the OGs. We want the original drug dealers. Don't let them fool ya. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them fool you. We wasn't the OGs, no.
Yeah, it's crazy to kind of see and look at, man, and just like understand it. We just did it as
survival. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's for me. Like, I barely do anything on there, and that's the crazy. That's even the crazier part about it. Because if you do go to my Instagram, I barely fucking post. Why the fuck am I on there for 3 hours? I don't even post.
Just watching shit. Just like really.
And now Instagram TV out, you get videos like 5 minutes. Like, oh, I'm on here.
Shade room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't front on it. Like, I spend a lot of my time on the shade room because I just...
That's your thing? That's your whole thing?
Popular black culture is 9 times out of 10 gonna be there. That's my thing. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying?
What is the number one... What is my favorite... My favorite Instagram is Freddie Gibbs.
Really?
Freddie Gibbs has my favorite Instagram right now. Like, I love Freddie Gibbs and I love D.L. Hughley, but D.L. Hughley has a lot of negative stuff, but he also does put a lot of good positive stuff on there as well. Okay. But Freddie Gibbs is straight jokes.
Really?
All day. If you watch Freddie Gibbs' story, if you don't follow Freddie Gibbs now, you need to follow Freddie Gibbs. He has one of the best Instagrams ever. Like, the way I don't even know where he gets these videos from. Like, these memes that he comes up with, they're just amazing. Like, he got an amazing team over there, either sending them drinks or something.
Shout out Freddie Gibbs.
Shout out Freddie Gibbs. Shout out Mad Lib. That Bandana album is fire. I saw Hip Hop DX gave that joint a perfect score.
I haven't run through it yet.
That's an amazing fucking album. Amazing fucking album. I love it. So shout out to them. But
all right. So
so what I want to know is what is y'all screen time?
What are y'all screen time and what are y'all doing out there? Like, what are y'all doing on IG?
Yeah, send that to us. Like, so put that in the comments. What is your screen time? I need to know.
I need to know.
Because I want to see if I'm bad.
Right.
Or if these just really fucking good and not on there much.
Right.
But that's basically what I want to see. Because I thought I wasn't on my phone that much. But it turns out that I am a lot.
It's all good, though. As long as... I feel like... Even if it's high, right? If you can say that the majority of that time is spent on something productive, because like you, I get inspired by the shit that I see on IG. Yeah, I'm on the Shade Room, but I'm
also... What are you
also
inspired by on the Shade Room?
No, I'm not necessarily. Well, you know what? There are posts on the Shade Room that are kind of inspirational. You know what I'm saying? I'm inspired by Black culture, our culture in general.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
That shit is inspiring as fuck to me.
It's
you know what I'm saying? So I'm on there keeping up with the times, and I'm also on there, you know, soaking everything in. I love people watching.
Yeah.
You know, observing people is for me a great time.
Yeah. Is this people watching now without having to be outside? Is that what Instagram is?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what was dope today too, because we were just talking about Black people. I was literally leaving work and I saw this guy coming with his son or whatever it may be, and he was holding the door, and I was just waiting for them to come out, you know, come in as I was leaving, and but basically there's two doors there, so I was just waiting. I was just going to go out that door, but I don't know why I just didn't go through the regular door. That was the other door that was there. So while I was standing there, I'm like, why the fuck am I not using this other door? So I go through it, and he's like, nah, man, I was holding it for you because you my brother. He's a Black dude. That's what he said. He's like, you know what I mean? You my brother. You know what I mean? Then he gave me a little fist bump or whatever it may be. Like, and I was like, damn, this is just super love. And then the reason I was waiting was because I wanted him to go through first, because that's my brother. Like, you holding the door, you ain't got to hold the door for me. You know, you push your son, go ahead, do your thing, right? That was the way I was thinking. So I'm like, damn,
I'm holding it for you because you my brother.
He said that, and
that's real.
It's just some.
That goes back into the last conversation, the last episode about us being able to embrace each other.
Yeah.
It's no beef.
No beef.
No trauma.
No
I just
beef.
fucking love you out here because you another, you know, Black person out here.
Doing it. Like,
doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Not even doing it. You ain't got to be doing it. You're just another Black person.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Like, and that's one thing that I really do love about social media and the way that it's going, because we are showing a lot of love that way. I see a lot of Black people going out. Like, I saw the other day, I don't know why I keep shouting out Instagrams, but Scotty Beam, I follow Scotty Beam as well. Scotty Beam, she has a dope Instagram, the way that she operates her stuff. But I saw her, you know, she was chilling with like Tracy G from the Sway morning show and stuff like that. Some other her probably girlfriends or whatever it may be. They're just chilling in the park in New York, just chilling in the park, having a picnic, just hanging out, like little powwow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like this is dope right here. Like let's do this shit. Let's just be this on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? And I'm loving it. And I'm, you know, for me, like it's just huge. Like I get emotional thinking about it. I get real emotional.
I think what it really is for me, touching on another note, is like I want us to be on high vibes every time we see each other, every time we link. I slurred a lot of my words in the last episode. I don't give a fuck. I fucked up on a lot of words, and I just want y'all to know that I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Drinking this.
Hey.
Drinking this Corner 103. This is nice.
I don't really care.
This is real good.
Anyways, I want us to be on high vibes, and I want us to, if this makes sense, to share the same sense of like being normal or being average as any other race does in this country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're already there, but for those of you who aren't, like, I feel like sometimes it's hard for us to really be proud of who we are.
Yeah.
And embrace who we are in this country. So for me, I want us to be on high vibes all the time. I love, you know, when we see each other and we don't know each other and we on the same note, like, you know what I'm saying? What's up?
And the thing is, like, we make it harder than it is. It's simple.
Yeah.
It's super simple. Like, we make things way harder on ourselves than it actually is. Like,
I think a lot of times we get into our heads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we try to be the cool people in the room. We try to, you know, like, feel like we're the ones almost, in a sense. Like, when we're just around each other, let's just be around each other. Let's enjoy, like, you know what I mean? You at a concert, you at a venue, something, whatever it may be, and the music is vibing and jamming. You see somebody dancing, you better go over there and, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know. Buy shit. Next time you're out at the club or whatever it may be, and you just see it, men. You see another dude at the bar, yo, just walk up when he buys his ass a drink.
Oh, y'all buying what?
Buy that nigga a drink, dog.
Ooh.
Buy that nigga a drink. Females do the same thing.
Who?
Do the same thing, bro. Like, just respect it that way. Buy that nigga a drink, bro.
Yo.
You know how many fucking, you know how much love that'll get you?
Yo.
Buy that nigga. It's simple.
Don't even be, damn. You just blew my mind a little bit.
It's simple.
I've only encountered that maybe one time. On my birthday, what was that, last year? We went out to, whatever that was, in Hollywood.
Oh, Dirty Laundry.
Dirty Laundry. There was a dude in there that was like, yo, I was like, oh, it's my birthday. I'm lit. Oh, it's my birthday or whatever. I'm gonna buy you a drink. What you want? What you drinking?
Yeah.
And my homie that was with me. What you drinking? What y'all drinking?
Yeah. Was it me? I think it was me.
Was it you?
I think it was me.
No, it wasn't you. You did buy me a drink.
Some random person bought me a drink though that night.
You did buy me a drink, but it wasn't you. It was some
I'm
random
supposed to buy
dude.
you a drink. I know you.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Find a random motherfucker and buy that dude a drink.
It wasn't you. It was some random dude. And he was just like, what y'all drinking? It's on me. And I was like, fuck, that's love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe to you, yeah, that sound about right. But a lot of the times, that shit is foreign as fuck between us. It's foreign for us to show each other love. So again, yo, we gotta embrace each other.
Just start breaking the bullshit. You know, like, find different ways. Like, you know, just find different ways. We got a lot of cool shit, man. Like, I see a lot of people, like, there's this another dude on Instagram, man. He, like, I just find it's like inspiring. It's cool shit. He walking around and he walks up on random people. He don't know them, but he be giving them hugs and be like, hey, miss, you know, whatever, and act like he knows them, but he gives them a hug. They might get scared or whatever it may be, but that's just that's just like our regular everyday reaction because of the way the world kind of in society just is set up.
That's real.
Like, instead of just like, this man's trying to give you a hug, embrace this hug and just keep it moving.
Right.
They don't do that. Right. But there's a couple people that you'll see on there do that. Right. You know, just embrace it.
Embrace that shit, bro.
Embrace the love, give love. You know what I mean? But for real, like, I want to challenge people to go out. Next person you see out at the bar, if you go to the bar or something like that, man, buy that person a drink. Man or woman, whoever it may be, just buy that person a drink. Women also, I'm accepting drinks.
I also don't want to come off, just, you know, disclaimer, I don't want to come off racist. I don't think that I have the you know, ability to be racist. You know what I'm saying? But I am very pro my people, period.
Yeah, I mean,
and I want that to be known. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I'm the same way. I mean, I don't even think I think we need to stop addressing it that way. Okay. I'm thinking about it right now because the reason I'm thinking about it is because I don't want to justify the way I act towards anybody.
True.
I don't want to explain myself to anybody.
All right.
Right? So the way I'm thinking about it is like, I said what I said. Right?
Ooh.
I said what I said. I'm not justifying myself to anybody on any of this stuff. Like, I'm saying this because, yes, there's a reason being that we are in a situation and we are in positions that we are in our lives.
Facts.
Right? And I'm trying to help us get out of those situations. If you don't understand, if you think what I'm saying is racist or not inclusive, go ahead with yourself. Like, right. I'm not going to explain myself. I'm not getting into it.
I'm with you on
so,
that. I want us to see everything that we can be.
You know for sure. Like, we're not getting into all that, like, explaining ourselves and trying to justify and make other people feel
We can go into the comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Reese said he was with all of the smoke, so.
Man, I'm not with making other people feel comfortable. I'm not allowing my oppressor to be my teacher. So I'm just
shit.
It don't make sense to me. So I mean, if once again get into the comments, call me. You don't have my number, but I can give it to you. You know what I mean? I won't give it here, but I can give you my number. We can have a conversation.
Well, there you go.
So were you? The reason I said all that, right, is because I felt as if you possibly were trying to save face for something, or if you were trying to make people feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you feel as though are you comfortable being a black person in the room? Like maybe the only black person in the room. Are you okay with that?
Right now, 100%, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a time where I just was not. You know what I'm saying? And not that. I guess you could call it. You could call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. Really, save your face, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just felt the need to insert that disclaimer because. Yeah, me personally, I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would prefer you understand it first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Opportunity for you to understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
If you felt uncomfortable after that, well, hell, there's just nothing that I can do about that. I'm not going to change the way that I feel. But yeah, I don't intentionally go out and seek to make people feel uncomfortable at all. But there was a point in time in my life where I felt uncomfortable with being a black person in the room, whether that was me being a black person in a room filled with, Caucasian people or, whatever, or a black person, me being the darkest skinned person in the room of black people.
So you've been in situations where you've been in a room full of black people and...
Yeah! You see this leather, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You see this blue black, you know what I'm saying?
Embrace it.
And it's all love, you know what I'm saying? If I can't admit where I've been, then I don't know where the fuck I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And I've been there before. I've been in situations where there was, colorism, or I just felt uncomfortable being the darkest person in the room, whatever, you know what I'm saying? None of that matters to me now, but it does exist.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like, it's crazy because I'm obviously I'm lighter than you.
Red bone.
Right? So...
You know what we say, what we say in the South? You know what I'm saying? And don't let me misspeak. God damn. I can't misspeak sometimes, Maurice. I am originally from upstate New York, but I've spent the majority of my life in the South. Okay? So I have to provide that disclaimer. Shout out to the 716.
Okay.
Shout out to the 716 for...
What is the 716 for me? Because I don't know what the 716
The 716 for me is the east side of Buffalo.
Okay. Shout out to Buffalo. Buffalo got some ill-ass music coming out right now.
Shout out to Kentfield Projects. My sister's going to be so proud of me. Shout out to Kentfield Projects. Okay. Shout out to Bailey in Kensington. 1270 Kensington. That playlist is coming soon.
Kensington is a scary place in Philadelphia. That's a very scary place.
It's a scary place.
Yeah, you don't go over that side, so it must be some correlation with Kensington.
But that's where I came from. So I have to mention that, right? I have to mention that. And there's been times before that I've been uncomfortable, with being myself, being the only person in the room that was, of this skin, and I've ran into, colorism and that good thing. Yeah. It exists. Yeah. And I want people to, who are comfortable with that, to continue being comfortable with who they are, but I also want people who aren't to understand that it's real, and we go through it.
Yeah, and I know for me, right, my colorism is a little different, right? Because in our society, the way we kind of look at it is, I don't want to say it because I don't believe it, but lighter is better.
Yeah.
right? I know that was a thing of the past. I think we're getting we're getting past that. We've got past that within today's society by a lot of different means. Like when I think of colorism, I think a lot of things. I think of like skin color. I think of hair texture. I think of a lot of other things. Like obviously, when I know like a big conversation that was brought up from you was the school days. Movie and what was kind of addressed there.
Yes.
And I know for me, right, like I'm light skinned, whatever it may be. I got waves in my head, whatever it may be.
Kind eyes.
My kind eyes, as D would put them, and some people may look at that as being whatever it may be. But for me as a kid, right, or even still to this day almost, I still kind of battle with it.
Yeah.
My dad is dark, right?
Okay.
My dad probably the same complexion as you.
Okay.
Right? And I always wanted to be dark skinned.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, not to say that I didn't love myself or nowadays don't love myself. I just know back in the day, I just wanted to be dark skinned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I looked at my dad, this is my dad, like that's my superhero. You know what I mean? Like that's how you look at it, right?
It should be.
And I wanted to be dark skinned. That literally was it. And obviously I can't be. It's not like you can just turn in to be that.
Right.
So I always tell people I'm Morris Chestnut at heart. But I mean, it is what it is. Like that's my colorism I deal with. People might look at me crazy because like you've never heard that conversation.
Right.
Right? Not to say that people don't feel that way, but I don't think that conversation ever came out.
Right.
You always hear about dark-skinned guys wanting to be light-skinned guys or whatever it may be. That was always more so the actual, conversation.
Right.
It was never reversed.
Right.
So for me, I know I always felt that way.
Gotcha.
But, like I said, I still battle with it now, but not really battling. It's just like, oh, like, man, I wish I was dark-skinned. Like, that type of thing, some light shit. But, I don't know how deeply rooted that light shit may be.
As you mentioned, school days, oh man, we used to run that back to back. Shout out to Spike Lee. But School Days was one of my favorite movies and one of my first introductions to colorism. You know what I'm saying? With the two sororities, I might fuck up the name, the Gamma Rays or whatever they were like the AKAs, and then the dark skin chicks who was like the Deltas, right? You know what I'm saying? When they kind of went head to head with each other, that was my first realization of, oh, light skin means something as it relates to this movie. Light skin means something better than dark skin, and that was just like my first realization of it. And of course, with time, with maturity, you understand that you just are who you are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're all beautiful. It doesn't, the skin doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian. Ooh. It doesn't matter. You just are who you are. You exist in this world. It's about, your soul, your actions. You know what I'm saying? The energy you're putting out here. That's why I'm big on energy, and that's a whole different subject. We'll get into that. I'm gonna have to apologize to somebody about energy at some point in this, podcast history. But it doesn't matter about what's on the outside. It really doesn't, guys. And if
I get ashy just like you do.
Weird. My knuckles was white as fuck this morning after the shower, bro.
No,
weird.
And it's crazy because like my first introduction that I can recollect, right, or really understand it, was the Malcolm X movie. And I was telling you about it. It was just like, and once again, another Spike Lee one. He literally put all our business on Front Street. You know what I mean? Like if you look at a Spike Lee movie, he puts all our business on Front Street, which is a good thing. Yeah. The way I look at it. Yeah. Right.
I want you to see yourself.
Yeah. I want to understand. Where everybody's coming from. Because some things I don't deal with. Right. There's things I don't deal with. Even from a black perspective or whatever it may be. Not all of us are the fucking same.
True.
Which a lot of a lot of the bullshit come from. Like. True. We're not all the same, motherfuckers. Right. Like, but he puts a lot of stuff on Front Street, and it's cool to kind of see. But like, I remember when Malcolm X was in jail and he was approached by, you know, a dude from the Nation of Islam, and Malcolm X couldn't really read at the time, right? So basically he was trying to teach him to read, so he, you know, showed him the dictionary. And, you know, he's going through literally word by word, you know, letter by letter, like every word in the dictionary. You know what I mean? And what he showed him was the definition of black and the definition of white, right? And basically, you know, white is, you know, synonymous with, you know, being pure, being, you know, good-spirited, honest, things like that. Those were the words that were being used.
Right.
But then when you got to black,
right,
you know, the words that were being used were like devilish and, you know, like negative, lack of light or something like that. Like a bunch of like, I think opposite of white was one of the actual definitions.
And what I want to say about that is don't be afraid to experience things on your own. You're going to be force-fed a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That being one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the stuff that we were force-fed. Like, that's the programming that we're brought up in. Yeah. That's the programming that we're brought up in. So if they teach you this is all you know as a child, like, it creates those type of things in your head. So if they say black, but we call ourselves black people because, one, we don't know where the fuck we come from. We don't know where we're, you know what I mean? We don't have anything else to attach ourselves to.
True.
You know what I mean? So if we're looking at black, those words have meaning. So when you look at those words, what does that word mean?
Right.
And that's what I am? No, that's not what I am.
No.
And that's how people perceive us.
That's
because
a
words
seed
have
planted.
meaning.
And if you keep, you know, watering that thing, you know what I'm saying, you allow it to grow, then that is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a thing. If you allow things to manifest, that is your reality.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of celebrities, most notably Chris Brown, that's receiving backlash on this topic in particular. And you know what?
What was it? What did like?
Something
did he say
about
something?
him. Here's what I know. Something about him. Either I don't know, black girls with a good hair, some type of, you know, quote that was put out there in one of the recent songs or lyrics or whatever. Black girls, he likes black girls with the good hair, and then someone else kind of came after him and confirmed that and mentioned that he only allowed light-skinned chicks in his section. His bouncers or his security, you know, was kind of waving off darker-skinned girls. And you know what?
Can we consider?
Shout out to you, Chris Brown. If that's your preference, that's your preference.
That's what I was going to ask.
Stand on it.
That's what I was going to ask.
Stand on it.
I was like, is this colorism or preference?
Stand on it. Because we all have preferences.
Yeah.
Stand on whatever yours is.
I saw like Tory Lanez or something like that. Like there was a video of Tory Lanez where there was like a dark-skinned chick in the video initially, like in the shot, and he's like, you know, vibing with it and he's cool with it. And then the director's like, nah, and he switches and puts a light-skinned girl in. And then he's there, and then Tory Lanez, you know, starts with it for a little while, and he's like, you know what, nah, move her, bring the dark skin.
They even try to play him on that, though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm like, what, like, where, is it just preference now? Is it colorism or is it preference? Like, how do you balance that?
I can't knock you from having a preference, right?
So now then he's supposed to have two girls, and then now he's a womanizer. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the...
It can go deep.
Like, how do you please it? Like,
sometimes you just can't. Like you said, you know what I'm saying? You want the smoke, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to explain myself any further. I had the realization that sometimes you cannot please everybody. There's just not an answer for it. So what I'm going to say to you, Chris, is, hey, I fuck with it. Stand on your preference. I like a long hair, thick red bone. You know what I'm saying?
Who said that? I like a long... Oh.
My boy, yeah. Who said it?
Nothing.
Who said it? Weezy F baby. Please say the baby.
Yeah, he's Weezy.
Alright, see, we ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna get... Ooh!
Alright, look. I gotta say this. I'm sorry. I think, alright, I know I'm gonna get killed for this. Please put some lyrics of Lil Wayne's in my comments that show me that he's really that good. Because
real G's moving silence like lasagna. What you talking about?
Don't give me these childish bars. All right. Lil Wayne
We
literally.
gonna go bar for bar one day. We gonna go bar for bar one day, Reese, with like your greats and my greats. We gonna go bar for bar. You better bring all of it.
My thing is, my greats have depth. His is surface.
Oh, Hove's just like
it's different. I'm not saying Wayne don't got good shit. I liked Wayne up to like Carter 2. After that, I was good off Wayne.
There's no disrespect to you, Hove. But what I'm saying is, we gonna go bar for bar.
First off, if anybody feels as though Lil Wayne is better than Jay-Z,
that's not even what I'm saying.
Please don't get in my comments because I can't have a conversation with you because you're not logical.
Actually, get in his comments.
You're not a logical person.
Actually, get in his comments. If you feel that Lil Wayne is greater than Jay-Z, get in Maurice's comments and you let that be known.
You're not.
You get in my comments and you let that be known. I need to know that.
You're not a logical person.
Right.
You cannot believe in just like 1 + 1 = 2. Like that's how illogical you are.
This is wild to me, bro.
Like Lil Wayne is not.
This is wild to me.
Literally, I don't think Lil Wayne is even. I don't even think his name should be like even spoken in the same breath as Hov. But that's just the way I look at it. Right, There's only a few people.
We coming real different on this.
Like, there's only a few people. I'm just different, man. I just don't go with. I just don't go with the same stuff like people just say and just keep spewing.
I just feel like a lot of these guys even exist because Lil Wayne was who he was, bro.
That's the issue that we're dealing with. I don't want Lil Pump.
I ain't saying nothing about him.
What guys are we talking about that exist in him?
See, this is where...
Give me a name. I call names. I don't have to have these relationships.
This is the thing I don't do. You know what I'm saying?
First, let me make this disclaimer then for D. This is the views of Maurice Jameson, Reese from the Unsolicited Culture Podcast views only. These are not the views of Enfi. Okay? These are not the views of Enfi.
Okay.
These are the views of Maurice.
What I'm gonna say is there are a lot of rappers that exist today that would not if there was no Weezy.
And I'll say this: I don't want them to exist. Anybody that exists because of Weezy, I don't want them to exist.
Damn. So what you want then?
This man literally brought in drug culture to drug user culture to hip hop.
Really?
Name me another rapper.
So it's okay.
User
all right. Before I do that, because I've had a couple of glasses of wine, so maybe my motor skills are a little slow. Before I do that, tell me, was it then better to be the dealer?
Absolutely.
Oh, that was okay.
I'm not saying it was okay.
That wasn't going to lead.
Better.
That wasn't going to lead up into.
You asked me, was it better? I didn't say it was okay. I said it was better.
Well,
you wanna know why?
Well, we just said I'm a deep boy, and I'm a deep boy, and I'm a dope boy. I got the in the whatever.
And he also said
I got that money in the pocket.
And the other I'll be there, baby. 5. Yeah, I don't know, D. It's cool and all, but it's just I can't allow for this stupid shit. You know what I mean? He got good shit. He got stuff that I really enjoyed. So I just can't allow the dumb shit.
Okay.
Just for me, go ahead and listen to whatever you want to listen to. Just for me, I don't want to hear the dumb shit.
I understand that.
But so
I frequent the dumb shit though, so
that's fine. I got some dumb shit. I like Blueface. I don't know why, but I do. Maybe it's the radio that's just playing the shit and just beating into my fucking head. But I don't know. I like it. Whatever.
Okay. Alright.
I can't explain it, alright? I can't explain it because I know that I'm going to get killed for that. I'm saying fuck Weezy and then I like Blueface. I don't like Blueface. I just like a song because it's catchy. Whatever it may be. But, so, what about like it's a new wave of like women. They killing hip hop right now. Like they killing hip hop. Who like since you said a lot of people wouldn't be here today without Wayne. Like who in that
who wouldn't be here today without Wayne? No disrespect. If you know me personally, no disrespect. Nicki. Right?
Nicki hard though.
I ain't say she wasn't. Nicki hard. Nicki got bars. Nicki hard. Nicki has bars.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so I see what you're saying where you're saying no disrespect, like she wouldn't be here without Wayne. No, that's not like where I'm going. More so, who has Wayne inspired? Maybe that's a better way. Like, out of the women, do you think, or whatever it may be?
Out of the women, who has Wayne inspired? Well, yeah, that's my choice. Nicki, yeah. Okay. Nicki is I am the female Weezy. That's the brand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So ultimately, yeah, she immediately comes to mind. Nicki.
Who were
is female rap back?
Female rap is definitely back.
We gotta clarify this. Female rap is back.
Is it bigger than it's ever been? Because like I'm trying to think of at one time, like how many at a time? Because obviously it's always been that like same.
That one. That one. It's always been.
Yeah,
that
it's
one.
always been that one, right?
Yeah.
That's always been.
Or that one, maybe one or two.
Yeah.
We can't let too many.
Because I remember like at one time it was really like the Brat, Foxy, and Kim. Like that was my time growing up. It was Brat, Foxy, Kim.
Not to discredit MC Light.
But no. During my time though, MC Light wasn't really like that in like the.
Fuck you.
In the late 80s, late 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like MC Light's hard. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Like, but she wasn't. That's like I'll put her with like Queen Latifah.
You notice how he said, "That's not my time."
I mean, I was born.
He trying to separate us by the couple of years that we.
You was like 3. Shut up.
Shit. You know what I'm saying?
I need about that. No, but I just yeah, so I would take that, but then we had like Charlie Baltimore. Then we had like don't let me forget as well Missy. Mm-hmm. We also had Lauryn Hill. So I mean, I guess it might be very similar to that time, like the mid to late 90s. It might be very similar to that time for women right now, because like there was a lot of people like Emil, Angie Martinez had her joint going. Who else? There's a bunch of people at that time actually. Now I'm thinking about it. And Queen Latifah was still putting out music, and MC Light was still putting out music.
Shout out to Yo Yo.
So there's a lot of people.
Moni Love.
Shout out. There's a lot of people putting out music at that time. Yeah. So I guess it's more reminiscent of that time actually. So who are some of your favorites though then?
This is a sensitive subject to me.
I only got 2.
This is a sensitive subject because. I started off as a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I started off as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You probably can stop. You could probably go back and pull up some of my shit. You probably will.
Where can we find it?
It's online. Stop. You know what I'm saying? If you find it, you find it. You don't. I'm not a rapper now. I'm still writing music, but I am not a rapper now. But
YouTube.
Here's what I want to say. Here is what I want to say. It was just a different time when I was doing it.
Oh, real quick, I'm sorry. Let me shout out Trina too, because Trina was hard too.
Shout out to Trina. Shout out to you, Trina Bean. Yeah. It was a different time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was approached in my time, to kind of change up how I did it. Mm-hmm. Change up my appearance, and that's just not something that I was willing to do. So for me, I felt like it was never gonna happen, and I have to place these disclaimers. Fuck it, I don't have no hidden agenda. I just wanted to be able to be me, who I was, and rap about things that was familiar to me, and that represented me. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm excited about the times right now. You know what I'm saying? You have recently there was a comment made about a lot of stripper rap. You know what I'm saying? And we don't even have to call out names. If you're familiar with the culture, you know who it was, you know who it was said by. There was a comment that, you know, a lot of the females, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, and a lot of the females that's out right now doing a bunch of stripper rap.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, you know, you want to talk about, I encourage that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
shout out to Meg. Shout out to Cash Doll, Dream Doll, all of the dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Meg again. I love you, Meg. You know what I'm saying? I really love what Meg's doing. But also shout out to, we can't ignore the fact that there's a plethora of female rappers out there doing their thing.
Yeah. And
stripper rap is not the only rap that exists. Shout out to your
even within them girls though that you're talking about, like they just don't always just talk about that either.
Nah. You know, they talk about a lot of things. Shout out City Girls.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? 305, Dade County.
Straight off the rip, scanning.
Straight like that. I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out again, Meg. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Tierra Whack. I want to take a moment. Shout out Nimic Relic. Shout out to Mother Goat. Shout out to Jizzle. Shout out to Stara. Shout out to I Am Dopey. Jawzy. Shout out to 070 Shape.
Okay.
Shout out to
First off, you didn't even
shout out Tree Safari.
First off, you didn't even shout out the illest of them all. I'm sorry, I don't care what you talking about. Rhapsody.
Shout out to Rhapsody.
First off, Rhapsody the illest of them all.
You know what I'm saying? Who is that? I've been broke all my life. Who is that? Oh, she on with YG. I'm so sorry. I wonder.
Is she on his new album?
Shout out to her. You know that song. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. It's a lot of females, I feel like. Shout out Cody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Cody Shane. I like her too. Yeah. I like her a lot.
Yo, I could go on and on and on and on and on and on.
I like her style too, the Cody Shane girl. I like her style, everything.
Bro,
she dope.
I can go on and on. There's a lot of women out there that, not to push any agenda, but there's a lot of women out there that just will not receive the recognition because they don't come off a certain way.
Oh, and Snow the Product too.
Shout out Snow the Product.
She got bars.
Shout out Snow the Product.
She got bars.
Shout out Snow the Product. There's just
a lot.
Like I said, there's a plethora of females out there that are doing their thing, that's holding their own against these guys, and even at a lot of times better than them. You know what I'm saying? But you may not necessarily hear their thing mainstream. So I gotta shout y'all out because you're not gonna hear their thing all the time mainstream because of, you know, who they are, their preference, whatever, what have you.
Yeah.
070 Shake is killing it right now though.
What would you consider her though? Like, I don't know if she's a rapper or not. I just
alternative.
Alternative. Okay.
Alternative.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people, man. I love the whole wave. You know what I mean? Like, women, you know, stepping up and, you know, not even stepping up, just getting the ability to get that shine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, giving that ability to get that shine, or, you know, not even, I don't even want to say giving the ability, getting out there and taking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, out there just putting their music out, and, you know, people are flocking to it because it's
Before
good
I
music.
forget, sorry to cut you off. Shout out Detroit Shay.
Oh yeah, Detroit Shay.
Shout you out.
What's the other girl? Her name Moo Fresh.
God damn.
Is her name Moo Fresh that did that the NPR Tiny Desk with Black Thought? Is her name Moo? I think her name is like Moo Fresh. She's super ill too.
But it's so much, and there's so many of y'all that I didn't even touch, and it's no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? But I just want y'all to know that y'all in there, and there's so many of them that aren't talking about stripper rap.
A lot of
they give you their soul and everything. You know what I'm saying? So
what would you consider Lizzo? Because we ain't even shout her out.
Shout out Lizzo with the flute. She a genius. A genius. Shout out Lizzo.
It's that time. You know what I mean? It's about time. More importantly, it's about time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because one, I'm super off hip hop now. Anyway, I'm in my R&B bag right now. I don't know. It got me. My
Shout out King.
My boys over there, they killing it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Like the women over there killing it, the men over there killing it. Like the R&B wave is back. Like that's where I'm at.
100%.
But
I had an A&R tell me that he might be wrong. You know, whatever. He told me this pop shit gonna fade, and that real R&B coming back. You know what I'm saying?
So we're saying,
but I want y'all to talk to me like y'all got some sense. You know what I'm saying?
So are we saying that the R&B that's out right now is pop? It's like her, Daniel Caesar, Brent Faiyaz, like.
No. That's it coming back.
Oh, that's the coming back. Oh yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah, back. I can feel that. I can feel that all day. Yeah, like
Brent Faiyaz. Ooh. Her.
Aaron Ray.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, if y'all haven't gotten into this new
Daniel
wave,
Caesar.
Yeah, Daniel.
Ooh.
I wasn't the biggest fan of this new album. It's good, but I wasn't the biggest fan. But you know, he was trying something new, and I respect that at the end of the day. New energy and music, stuff like that. Got a little bit more money. Got Pharrell on the track. You know, you gotta try it.
Alright.
You gotta try it.
Alright.
But yeah, so.
With it.
Yeah, but I mean, I ain't got much else, honestly.
No.
I think that's it for me. I mean, I'm done. Like I got this liquor in me. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling it.
Cutting it.
I'm cutting it.
What? I need to know your final opinion on female rap. It's back. Is it popping?
Oh, absolutely. It's popping. It's popping.
It's not just thought shit.
Oh hell no.
And even if it is, respect the thought shit.
And the thing is, I think this is pretty good sentiment across the world right now with this. I feel like a lot of people are feeling a little different, like, than what was actually said. Because if you ask me, a lot of the dudes is rapping about the same shit.
Y'all rapping about me.
I think a lot of dudes is talking about being high.
They ice and
fucking the same hoes.
Designer and fucking the same hoes.
Like, that's literally what.
Switch it up.
Or how many hoes they got and how much jewelry they got. Yeah. I think that's the game, right?
Yeah.
For me, that's why.
Don't be mad because women starting to do it. Yeah.
Hey.
He know he giving his money to Megan.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, like, the dude that said it is an icon and a legend in this game. But, you know, he makes a lot of controversial statements.
Who that? Who that?
The guy who made the statement. We're not saying his name,
yeah.
you know?
You
know, he's made a lot of controversial statements just in his past, and some of the stuff is valid, some of the stuff is not, or not even valid. Some of the stuff I agree with, some of the stuff I don't.
Here's the thing:
he's a legend. I can't lie.
We can't discredit him at all, and we won't
even
try.
Never even try.
At the end of the day, that's his opinion.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Boom.
And his resume is certified, guys.
Right. You could take that and run with it as far as you choose to, but at the end of the day, we got receipts. Shout out to everybody that I just shouted out. I fuck with you.
Yep.
Straight up.
Right. Well, you know.
We close.
Yeah, we closing. So.
We closing shop.
Just wanna, I wanna thank everybody once again for tuning in to the Unsolicited Culture podcast. We really, really, really appreciate it.
Listen, y'all stay tuned. We're in this next episode, in every episode, we're dropping not a podcast, but a playlist significant to, one of us or the combination of us together. So make sure with the episode, you check out the podcast. You got a lot of time. You spend a lot of time on Instagram. Spend some time listening to some good conversation. Checking out some good fucking music.
Yep.
We got dope playlists dropping with every podcast. If you have not already gone to check out the first episode, check out the first episode and the first podcast that my dude dropped.
Playlist.
The first playlist that my dude dropped, that was official.
Yes.
Make sure.
All I'm saying is this. Infy.
This nigga ain't gonna never get my name.
It's hard because I call it, yeah.
He know me, y'all.
This next playlist that's about to come out, man. She had me in my feelings.
Track money.
She took me back. I'm telling y'all, when this check it out. Check it out. This after you're done listening to the podcast, listen to the playlist.
Check out the playlist.
This thing is crazy.
On every episode, you know what I'm saying? this playlist was near and dear to me. I brought this back to my earliest memories of music. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist slash songwriter slash creative just in general. And this one right here, like, I have to thank you for it, bro. Honestly, like, you inspired me to get this shit together. You know what I'm saying? When you explain your process to me, I was like, yo, that shit's dope. Let me see how I can figure this out. And it came to me. So this one right here is very nostalgic. It's gonna take you back. None of that new shit if you expecting that, and if you can't respect none of the, you know, the greats, I guess it's not for you.
Yeah, that's all.
This one right here, bro, yeah.
And she got me coming back on one of my nostalgic ones too. Man, I might have to drop it later so y'all forget, but man, I might have to drop it later. But yeah, so thank you again, once again as well. Thank you to Corner 103.
Thank you.
Also, as we said, we're doing a giveaway, so pay attention, very close attention to the Instagram at Unsolicited Culture. On there, we'll be giving instructions on basically how to win a free giveaway from Corner 103 and the guys there and us here at the Unsolicited Culture podcast.
For sure.
So pay close attention. Please pay close attention to the Instagram. Follow us. Things like that, so you can get
shout us out, leave your comments,
repost us,
positive or negative.
Tell us how you feel. Send us messages. We're posting all of that as well. So any sentiment that comes out about it, any good things, any bad things, we're posting it. Yeah. So send it over to us.
And like we're gonna do on every episode, every show, check it. Unemployed dating. Bitch, don't block out your blessing because you're trying to be choosy.
Choosy.
Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? This week he cooking fries. Next week, billionaire. Boom. You know what I'm saying? My page might be private. It might be public. Whatever you choose to do with yours is up to you. You got to catch me on a good day.
And I'm with the smoke.
And if you don't care, fuck you too. You know what I'm saying? We all with that. You know what I'm saying? How much time are you truly spending on Instagram, or not just Instagram, any social media platform?
Put it in the comment. Put it in the comments. Whoa, just drop that. Put it in the comments. Are you able to monetize that time? If not, then truly just sit back and evaluate, you know, is that time wasted? And if so, be productive. Fuck, get out there and do something. Colorism. Real shit.
Colorism, we all go through it. Just realize how beautiful you are regardless to what spectrum you're on. Light skin, dark skin, we're all beautiful. God damn, we're beautiful as fuck. And shit, that's another conversation. We got so much power. You know what I'm saying? Female rap is back. Nigga, I don't care what you're saying. Shout out to everybody else that I mentioned on the podcast. I truly, truly love you guys, and I support y'all.
Shout out to everybody we didn't mention, that we forget.
Everybody that I forgot. I truly love you guys, and I support y'all. And, you know, whatever it is that you rapping about, you know what I'm saying, scamming, dyking, whatever it is you rapping about, I support it. I love it. I love to see it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of the female rappers out there in pursuit of their careers. I encourage it. You know what I'm saying? And if you know one that we did not mention, please at them. I'm open.
Absolutely.
I'm open. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, this has been another episode, Unsolicited Culture Podcast. God damn.
Yep. Another one. Episode 2. All right. Peace.
We out, y'all.